Hey everyone, Rarity Dash here, time for another blind commentary. And today I'm reacting to something of a treat. It's the 10th episode of Rainbow Dash Presents, which is something I'm assuming a lot of you thought we'd never get. I mean, it's been years since episode 9 came out, so yeah, people probably thought that was the last one. But here, finally, we have an episode 10, and yeah, I'm very excited for this. I mean, the wait hasn't been as long for me. I watched all of the episodes of Rainbow Dash Presents last year, but I really did love the series. And the more exciting thing here is actually the story that this one is based on, The Star in Yellow. I read the fanfic, as I always do, and I loved it. I thought it was really good, probably the best fanfic of all of the ones that I read for Rainbow Dash Presents. And I thought it was great. For one thing, it's based on this book I read, The King in Yellow, which is this book from like over 100 years ago. It's something that I really wanted to read for a long time, but never got around to until earlier this year. It's like this influential book that like influenced H.P. Lovecraft and a bunch of other people. And yeah, it has this really interesting premise, which there's basically this book called The King in Yellow, which if you read it, you go insane and just crazy stuff happens that can't really be explained. And it's not really like the best book ever. I mean, it's kind of uneven. The stories in the later half are kind of a bit dull, to put it mildly. But some of the earlier stories are really fascinating and just really good, especially the first one. And yeah, it's worth a look maybe if you're into literature, though for some people it's probably just not going to be your thing. Now, The Star in Yellow, it's very interesting. It's actually, it really exceeded my expectations, because I mean, I didn't know what to expect. I thought maybe it'd just be a straight retelling of The King in Yellow, which I mean, thinking about that, that probably wasn't a good expectation, since that would pretty much be impossible just for the nature of it. I mean, it's a collection of short stories, and they're kind of weird, but yeah, I didn't really know what to expect, though what I got was actually really creative. It took it in its own direction. Basically, all it borrows from The King in Yellow is the basic premise, the idea of this book that drives people insane, and the rest was pretty unique, because it used the whole idea of the book to sort of go into a meta-commentary. In The King in Yellow, you don't really get any of the details of what happens in the book. You don't really know what happens. You just get names and a few little scattered bits of the contents. But in this story, you really get into the characters and what happens in the book, just the vague idea of it. But, well, not even a vague idea. You pretty much are told what happens in the book bit by bit. And yeah, which I mean, that does kind of reduce the whole mystery of it and just the whole insanity of it, really. But it was used to present this meta-commentary, as I was saying. It just sort of is this commentary on fanfiction, really, and the whole idea of, like, Mary Sue characters, these characters who are just perfect and everyone loves them automatically for no reason, and just sorts of fanfics, like, just needlessly going in dark directions, or just needless happiness and all that, and just what is right, what is wrong, and I like the note that it ultimately ends on, because it would be easy to just make it just bashing bad fanfiction and bad storytelling, but what it does, I think, is sort of say that really all creative expression is worth protecting, worth holding on to, that nothing should be destroyed or thrown out, that ideas, even if they're not the most balanced or well considered, are worth at least keeping somewhere. And that's something to appreciate, because I mean, it could have really easily been just elitist, which I mean, there's this librarian character in here who's pretty much is this elitist ideal, and he's shown very much to be not a good person. He's just sort of constantly trying to push the blame away, and yeah, I liked that. The story does have a few problems. I mean, Rainbow Dash is pretty badly mischaracterized. She's just sort of obnoxiously in your face, and which I mean, she is, but it's a little more nuanced in the actual show, I think. And here it was just sort of, yeah, kind of dumb. But and I think Twilight sort of descends a bit quickly into the madness, but for the most part, it was just really good, really impressive, and I really enjoyed it. And because of that, I'm eager to see what the Dawn Somewhere guys do here. It's kind of an odd choice. I mean, I don't know why they're so drawn to like satire fics, which this sort of qualifies as. Since, I mean, it would probably be a lot easier with this series, since it is itself a parody series, to go with simpler, just more straightforward stories that aren't really trying to make any kind of point. But at the same time, I do know why this was picked, because Greg is obviously a fan of The King in Yellow. It's been mentioned in multiple videos of his, and yeah, that was probably enough just straight up appeal to him that he had to do this. And well, considering that it made me read a story that I liked, I'm glad he did. Even if this video isn't very good, I already got my enjoyment out of this. Though, that said, I am expecting this to be pretty good. But enough rambling, let's go ahead and get this started. Okay. And here we go. Good to see that fireplace again.
Rainbow Dash presents...
And there's Rainbow.
Yo. Twilight Sparkle is a big fan of reading.
Yep, she is.
Lots of books to get
A birdhouse
very
for the
smart.
soul,
Lots
like,
of times she needs help from Spot,
nice.
her number one assistant.
They might be giants.
Because it's really hard to read and cook breakfast at the same time
Kiss the
without
slave.
setting your house on fire. Especially when you live in a tree. Spike also sometimes
Yeah,
helps out
that
with
would-
research. When Twilight needs a special book for super important
Geometry of
studies
color,
on friendship and
Hyper
magic,
Webster.
Spike goes to faraway places, and using his thumbs and his mastery of the Dewey Decimal System, he checks things
all
out
you
with his
need.
library card, and only occasionally starts a fire.
Only occasionally.
I don't suppose you'd know where to find the Star Journal. Oh, you're always a bunch of grubby arseholes. Still looking for the Star Journal.
Baking with goats.
I'll do it. It's okay.
So is that our version of the librarian guy?
There was just a bit of
Bit of
stuff
a
in it.
different interpretation, if so. Okay. Did it the same way. The Star in Yellow. The art looks great. I think the artist seriously has improved since the last one. And yeah, actually got some limited animation.
If you're gonna send me on long errands to fetch your books, the least you could do is meet me at the station.
The walking's good for you.
Well, I went within an inch of hell to get your books, and I got a lot of awkward stares on the train back because of the ones with the pony screaming faces stretched over the cover.
What is this?
That is
That's
pretty
the
weird.
Star Journal, last on the list here. Or did you not notice the giant star? Hardest one to find.
It's called the Star Journal because of the authors. It shouldn't have a giant star on it. Look at this. Does this look like arcane history to you?
Oh, well, sorry
Yeah.
I went all the way out to Kennerlot and didn't
Very
find the
arcane.
book you were looking for. Paid for that trip with my own allowance, too. I guess you're gonna have to duck me dinner. What was it that I was gonna eat tonight? Oh, yeah, a scoop of cat food. You know, Fluttershy's pets get to eat whatever they want.
It looks really old. It looks like idiocy. Because it looks really old and it has a star on it doesn't mean it's the right book. And I will have you know that cat food is full of essential vitamins and minerals, and it's a lot more expensive than you think it is. So suck it up. It's good for you. It's like broccoli.
It's like if broccoli and the devil had a child. I find...
And Rainbow Dash.
Oh my gosh, that is a lot of books. You read a lot of books.
Oh, good. Hello. Of course I've got a lot of books. I have to read so I'll be prepared in case I ever realize my full potential. You know, rising to the top of the food chain and finally ruling over Ponyville.
Well, that's gonna super suck, though. Ponyville doesn't really need a queen. We're super small. Anyway, this is my autobiography. I wrote it myself.
That's
Wonderful.
what autobiography means.
Yeah, because it's auto, like a dishwasher or something. Anyway, you read a lot of books, so I was wondering, would you proofread this, please?
Are you dyslexic?
Oh my gosh, I hope not. They canceled my health insurance, so that would not be good.
And unlike in the actual story, Rainbow Dash is upfront that it's about her.
Sometimes this isn't even dyslexia. How do you make mistakes like this?
I'm self-taught, so I might have picked up a few bad habits, but just write all that down in red ink. I'm gonna go practice doing flips.
It's kind of cute. Where'd you find this? I found it in the library for dangerous books, all wrapped up in chains and behind a locked case. Had to break the case open, got stuck, but these arms, dragon arms. This? Must have been misfiled.
Twilight's new book was about a little girl named Yellow Star. Yellow Star was a super duper cute little pony who had lots of magical power.
Sure,
Since
Rainbow
all the
Dash
pictures
loves
were
Yellow
really
Star.
clumsy, Twilight figured they must have been drawn by a real little girl a long time ago. There weren't words on every page, but lots of times it was easy to tell what was going on. Before Yellow Star was born, her mom went up into the sky.
Good job with the
She plucked out
child
the two
drawings,
prettiest
too.
stars
This
that
is
she could
nice.
see, and she brought them back to her home. Those two stars turned into babies. The first one was Yellow Star. The other one was her little sister, named Silver Crescent. They were both the prettiest, smartest little fillies ever, but smartest of all was Yellow Star. Twilight. Twilight. Hey, Twilight. Twilight.
What? I'm reading.
Aw, did a bunch of tricks and you didn't even see. All you did was read that book, and it wasn't even my book.
Your book is the literary equivalent of a flaccid cock.
It's super exciting. It's all about my adventures and stuff.
Twilight, are you trying to get known as the girl who compares dicks to books? Let's look. And then I used my rainbow eye lasers to kill Billy from gym class. After that, he didn't report me, but I left the academy. Anyway, because school is for squares. This is me flipping to a random page. None of this is true, and this paragraph is written in what I can only hope is chocolate syrup.
You don't know. You have laser horn. Maybe the elements of harmony gave me laser eyes when I was a kid.
Maybe the elements of harmony gave you a brain tumor. It's clearly arrogant self-fellatio, and I am not invested. See, there you go again. You combine books on the male anatomy. It's gotta stop, Twilight.
Please, Twilight, please, just write all that down in red ink so I can get better.
No, it's about as appealing as a dick and a wood chipper.
Alright, now you're just doing it on purpose. Just proofread, please, please.
Fine. I'll get to it when I get to it, but at the earliest, it's gonna be after I finish this book. I make dinner, you don't eat it. You do eat it and you're mad because it's not perfect. I'd say don't come crying to me at midnight when you're hungry, but I know how this works. If you need me, I'm gonna be over here with my bowl of dry cat food. You know what, on second thought, I'm gonna add milk and marshmallows. You can't stop me.
Yellow Star solved a lot of problems, and everybody loved her. Like, one time a giant snake monster came to town and forced the ponies to dance, but Yellow Star did a better dance that turned the monster into stone. Silver Crescent wasn't as good. Silver Crescent was a dumb color. Yellow
We're
Star
making the
was
twist
best.
kind of
She never
obvious
got into
here.
trouble like Silver Crescent. Silver Crescent got angry and she got into fights, but Yellow Star would talk to everyone and make
More obvious
everything
than it
good again.
was.
She was always right, and other ponies trusted her. Twilight just kept on reading, adventure after adventure. Yellow Star proved that she was best pony. She outsmarted sphinxes, she did better magic than a djinn, and she was prettier than a siren. Silver Crescent was good too, but dumber. And she always got messed up because she wasn't the best pony. Then one day Silver Crescent got in a really bad fight with the other ponies. Silver Crescent had a bad dream that those ponies were mean to her, so she shouted at them. And then there was kicking, and pretty soon Silver Crescent got all messy from all the rolling around and fighting. When she came home, Mom had to give Silver Crescent a bath, but she wasn't very careful.
Ow! What was that for?
I'm old enough to take my own baths, okay? Thank you.
Where's breakfast?
I'm angry, and your oatmeal's on the table. I added marshmallows. Turns out it's pretty good.
And there she is.
Oh, it's you. I wasn't expecting company. Hang on, let me get your breakfast.
Are you enjoying my book?
Yeah, it's cute.
Keep reading. Tell me what you think.
Okay, let me just get some breakfast first. What do you want to eat?
Well, I mean, or you could, you could read one more chapter.
Yeah, sure, okay.
After her bad dream, Silver Crescent kept getting into fights. She had bad dreams about all the ponies. The more fights she got into, the more bad dreams she had. And whenever Silver Crescent got into a fight, Mom had to punish her. She didn't punish Yellow Star because Yellow Star was the best pony and she was prettier. At first, Mom punished Silver Crescent by not talking to her anymore. Then Mom made Silver Crescent go without breakfast and without dinner and even without lunch. Finally, Mom made Silver Crescent sleep outside. And when Silver Crescent tried to come inside, Mom got angry. When Silver Crescent broke the rules, Mom did punishments where Yellow Star couldn't see. Probably Silver Crescent deserved it. But Yellow Star got real lonely, and she had to make new friends. Yellow Star liked games, so she made up games that she thought that everyone would like, that would make everyone friends forever. The best of all is when she did Duck Duck Goose. She changed the rules to make it better.
And we got CMC, who were nowhere in the actual story.
You know, Thrakkerzad, I think I am starting to see things from your point of view. A lot of times,
That's
I know
never
they're
a good
adults,
thing.
But it seems like they hand us a fork and a toaster, then they direct us to a power outlet and a bathtub, and they tell us to learn a life lesson. Alright, baby, here we go. Feel free to goose scootaloo on by the way. Oh, I didn't want to admit it, but I am starting to wake up in cold sweats thanks to some of these life lessons. It don't help that Looney keeps showing up to try to help either. And what is with that? I don't notice her doing that to other kids, do y'all? I thought it was because maybe we're kin to the elements of harmony, but Scootaloo's not really blood related to any of them.
Exactly. Yes. Just for once. Let's get up and leave before the inevitable happens.
Here she comes. Come on, baby. Oh, she passed me again. I love this game. The anticipation gives me goosebumps. Ooh. What if we stick around and it turns out there's candy at the end? You know, like that time we helped that strange clown guy who lived all by himself in the woods and didn't know where he belonged in life? That's what I did.
Why would that happen? Why would we get candy? Why do you think there is a reward?
Here she comes, here she comes! Oh,
So we're
there's always
referencing
room,
earlier
baby, you
seasons
just
in
gotta
here
wait
that
it out. Like a goose
haven't
laying
gotten
on
the
her
mental
egg.
events treatment yet.
Applebloom.
Which is interesting.
Have to override Scootaloo.
Alright, let's go. We'll probably get roped into Rainbow Dash dealing with her turtle's mortality or something later anyway. Yellow Star
Yeah,
made
more
lots
Season
of friends
5
with her new rules
references.
and new games. Everybody wasn't sure.
So
at
Twilight
first,
doesn't
but
have
once they
wings,
played
which
them,
is
they
weird.
realized that Yellow Star was the best pony and Silver Crescent was fat. Everybody except
Wonderful.
Silver Crescent, who wouldn't even try the games. Silver Crescent was always angry because she wasn't a good pony. She got mad because Yellow Star was never in any of her dreams, but that was dumb because Silver Crescent only had bad dreams. Yellow Star wasn't a bad pony. Silver Crescent was also angry because Mom wouldn't let her be in the house anymore. Yellow Star said that was because Silver Crescent was a bad pony who ate all the marshmallow cereal. But Silver Crescent said their mom was a bad pony who didn't buy enough marshmallow cereal. Silver Crescent said she could prove that Mom was a bad pony because she had a dream where she had wings and she went and she saw their dad. And he said that Silver Crescent was a good pony and that Mom was not being good. Yellow Star said that was only a dream. And all of Silver Crescent's dreams were bad anyway, so if Silver Crescent got more cereal, she was probably just gonna get fatter. And Silver Crescent said she could prove it. Yellow Star said she'd let Silver Crescent prove it if she agreed to play with Yellow Star like the other ponies. So Silver Crescent and Yellow Star grew wings and they flew into the sky. Yellow Star was the best at flying. They flew up past the moon, and past the sun, and past all the stars, all the way until they got to the place where Silver Crescent dreamed their father was. And their dad said they were both good ponies. They were the best ponies. Silver Crescent told on Mommy and said that Mommy thought Silver Crescent was a bad pony. Silver Crescent complained that Yellow Star said the same thing, but Yellow Star said that Silver Crescent had pants on fire and she ate all the cereal. Their dad said they were both good, and they should both have cereal. Everyone should think they were good.
Everyone
And
should
when
have
the moon
cereal.
was bright and shiny and the stars were clear, he would come and show everyone that his little girls were the best ponies.
What's all this?
Those things probably didn't happen, so they're crossed out.
Oh, well, one of my idiot friends wanted me to proofread her book. I could do that for you.
I would really rather you didn't do that.
It's okay. I could just show you the errors and you can fix them.
Look, it's fine. They're scratched out on purpose.
Come on, I just... like, for literary purpose, because
Because, I mean, it's not a big deal, Twilight.
I'm just trying to help, okay? You don't have to get on my ass.
Look, alright, if you want to help, just keep reading, okay? Can you do that? Think you can manage that? Alright?
Alright, if you're touchy, I don't... Mother went to sleep. Okay, see, you devoted this entire page to just one thing.
Twilight.
Just let me finish. See, the trouble is, this breaks immersion. You know, it's a narrative story, not a poem, so this doesn't really flow very well.
She died.
Oh.
Is that bad, though?
Are you dense?
Well, you make
Kind
it
of.
sound like your mom... I don't know.
Like she died? Because she died.
No, I mean, I get that part, but now that I'm thinking about it, there's a lot of confusing stuff here. Like, how did you grow wings? You'd need insane amounts of power to do that. Like, what do you think? You just poof, there you go, wings? Princess? That's totally implausible. I can't
But
even...
we completed an ancient spell and sang a friendship song.
Twilight, who are you arguing with? Yellow Star? Duh. Or did you not notice the prettiest, most intelligent pony standing here? Who?
Hey there, Spike. Nice to meet you.
Don't ignore her. Say hello. Do what? You know, Spike, sometimes you can be an oblivious jackass. Try to be nice. Her mom just died. Alright, let me just get my head around this. I gave you a magic book, and neither of us knew what it was. You've been reading that book since yesterday, not stopping for sleeper meals, and you can now see a character from that book standing here in your bedroom. And what's the character want you to do?
Keep reading, please.
She wants me to keep reading. Which sounds good, because it's a good book. Okay? I'm gonna go. Run some errands.
Yellow Star was the smartest pony, and she figured out that the monster was only pretending to be her dad. Then she made up a special spell that would send the monster away forever, but the town had to want to help Yellow Star. If they helped because the rules said so, then it didn't count. Lots of ponies blamed Yellow Star at first, but since Yellow Star was best pony, soon everybody realized it was because of Silver Crescent that the monster came to town. Silver Crescent sold them out for marshmallow cereal. So y'all
That's
are
Silver
absolutely
Crescent.
sure there's not gonna be a horrible demon waiting for us this time, or some kind of tentacle thing in the toilet.
Hey, she's not possessed. She's just being willed to read some book for an unholy purpose. Damn it, Spike is such an asshole. I find a nice little recreational book to read that comes to life and sucks me into it, and he invites my friends over like I'm not gonna be busy.
You know, you'll never get to the end if they take the book away.
Yeah, thanks, Captain Obvious. I cannot convey exactly how insipid some of these conversations with these guys will go. Rarity will sit there and legitimately tell me for hours about the kind of fabric that she uses in her dresses, as if I know anything about that. Don't even get me started on Rainbow Dash's sophistry about the meaning of life. When she decides that there's some kind of grander meaning to the way that I wear my hair on a daily basis, oh my god.
Well, I know a way. We can avoid being separated even if they do take the book.
Okay.
Like that. So you don't mind if I borrow this, right?
And there we go.
Yeah, I guess that's okay. I'm not gonna be able to do magic without it, but yeah.
Okay, so plan is, we act all nice like, we grab the book, destroy it real quick, and then get the hell out of there before she gets revenge. Fluttershy, I'm sorry, you're the slowest, so you'll probably be the one who gets caught.
No, it's okay. I'm sorry. It's my fault. I should exercise more, but eating and crying makes me feel better.
Actually, I've got a plan that won't need magic.
On the book! On the book before she snaps and kills us!
If I still had my magic, you'd already be dead.
What you mean, if you still had your magic?
I'm happier this way. Just leave me alone.
I found a book. It was just laying there on her bed. Everybody, run!
I'm sorry. I stayed behind to be killed to buy the other's time. Please do it painlessly.
Who are you even?
Oh, I cannot believe that worked. Twilight
That was
now
perfect.
wrestled a grizzly bear with a bullwhip. I thought the only thing we'd have going for us was the element of surprise. Maybe the book drained all her power. I guess she's not much without her magic, unlike myself, who still practices her poise. Aw, man, the book that drove Twilight crazy is my autobiography. I must be a worse author than I thought.
No, Dash, this can't be your autobiography. It's written in some kind of crazy demon tongue.
See, on this part you gotta read right to left, because I forgot for a little bit, and then you read left to right here. And all these T's, those are supposed to be E's. Sometimes I get confused. Oh, and then this is the part where Spike becomes my slave because of the dragon code. It's like a Wookiee life debt, but not nearly as cool.
Oh, that's right. Not only is she the most powerful, but she's also the smartest. Do any of you feel more and more impotent the more she realizes her potential?
One day Pinky will tame that wild pony. Yes. All the ponies eventually agreed the Yellow Star was right. They had to do the special spell to make the monster go away, and then they would punish Silver Crescent. Silver Crescent was mad, but Yellow Star came up with a clever trick. And Silver Crescent wasn't mad anymore. The ponies of the town agreed to play a special game with special rules. Everyone had to do a special dance and sing a special song. And when the song was done, a large hole opened up.
Oh, what? What?
Well, Twilight, you failed.
I what?
You walked in the barn, dropped the lantern at the door like a stupid pony, and then you couldn't finish the book before the fire caught up to you.
What? No, but I'm so close to the end, I can finish the book.
No, you pretty well fouled this up here.
No, I'm sorry, just tell me how it ends.
It's my fault. I got too excited and bet against the fire. You're free to go, Twilight.
And they're gonna need to raise another barn.
It was
And
so beautiful.
there she is.
You found Yellow Star's book. Tell me, how did Yellow Star appear in your eyes?
She was an adorable little filly, too pure for this world, with a blonde mane and flowers in her hair.
And Arthur places some of themselves in a book, but the reader withdraws something of their own perception as well. I wondered what I might see in the book. A child believes a lie because they know no better. A grown adult sees the lie because it fails to line up with experience. In this way, a child's story could be so many different experiences. With enough subtext, a thing made for a child becomes an entirely different world to an adult. A shame you didn't finish reading.
Some
Oh,
meta stuff in there
the hoof is
about
always
the
once
show.
twice before crossing the street.
Quite. I'll be borrowing Spike for a bit of re-education about how he should handle locks he can't access without force.
Okay.
Keep an open mind, Twilight. There's no telling when subtext will defeat the facade of a thing.
Gosh, I guess you got really angry you tried to take that book.
You know what? I like my boutique. I think we'll just let Twilight win this one.
They think she did it on
Hey,
purpose.
Everybody, if you would like to own a fancy DVD featuring all the content that's already free online, plus some exclusive commentary and artwork, then good news, we have a DVD for you. We're currently working on some original
Okay.
animation, so if you want to support us and see that stuff through, then we'd love it if you'd pick up a copy and help us out. Otherwise, remember to like and subscribe and support us on
And
Patreon,
there's stuff to
share
read.
with your friends, and check out our other stuff. Thanks for watching. There you go. Now you know. Watch our show. You're free to go.
That opening paragraph there, that's great.
But we completed an ancient spell and sang a friendship song. Isn't that how shit generally works around here?
Okay. And there we have it. Well, the end text in this case was mostly just him being silly. Just going off about the whole idea of there being 5 alicorns now and it kind of becoming meaningless. Which, I kind of agree there. I don't know. Still don't know about Flurry Heart. That was a weird decision, but I understand why it was made. And just also explaining why there wasn't a Rainbow Dash Presents in quite some time in somewhat a comical way, as I laughed at during the thing. So there's not really anything to discuss there. He didn't actually go on about any of what he thought about the fanfic like he does with the episodes when he does Metal Event Series, which I guess he's probably saving it for commentary track or something down the line, because I know he does those for this series. But I did really like this. I thought this was a good video, really good, really enjoyable. Though I would say that I think in this case I rather enjoyed the actual fanfic a lot more than the parody here. Which I think the only one. I think the only other one where I would say that's the case is Spiders's. But yeah, this was a really good video, and it was enjoyable and funny, and the jokes worked. There was a lot of meta commentary in it, which is something that the story did in a different way. The parts that were meta commentary in the story really weren't as much here, but there was other meta commentary on the actual series throughout it, like actual references to episodes and things that the show has done, and then at the end, just sort of the comparison of the story to the actual series, and the idea of subtext being used to make something more out of something, and I liked that. That was pretty clever, and one of my favorite things here. But I think in other ways, this felt a lot more obvious, which, I mean, it's a parody, so of course it's going to be a bit more obvious, but just with how the story of Yellow Star was presented here, it was immediately clear that it was Celestia and Luna's story, and I'm not sure I like that, because one of my favorite things with the original story is the twist of it, because the twist ending, of course, is that it is written by Celestia. It's her story that she wrote as a kid, and yeah, that's where it came from, and it's brilliantly foreshadowed, though it still caught me off guard, just because the details are scarce enough that it's not really so immediately clear. I mean, there are things, like, I can see why some people might catch on right away, but for me, yeah, I didn't catch on until the final chapter. And yeah, just it being immediately clear, that kind of feels a bit off to me. Because, I mean, in the original version, it's not even clear that they're sisters. That's not really said. Just Crescent comes out of nowhere, and she's just suddenly always with Yellow Star, is what they say. And yeah, the story is more used to present the whole meta commentary on fiction and writing and fan fiction, and just the idea of forced narratives and all that. And yeah, I guess I shouldn't be expecting the parody version to do the same thing, and I'm glad that it doesn't, actually, ultimately. But yeah, I just have to say that I did like the original fanfic and what it did more. Though I appreciate both, and I really enjoyed this, and it was a good video, and I wouldn't say I'm not really too disappointed here. It lived up to my expectations in so many ways, and one way it really exceeded my expectations is in the presentation. This was actually probably the best looking of these videos yet, which I guess is to be expected, but it looked great. The artist has improved, and there was more actual animation, and it was just really bright and colorful and just looked great, and it was a well-paced video, and everything just really worked, I thought. I mean, I liked the way I liked the way that the story segments looked visually, the Yellow Star bits, and yeah, just overall, this was satisfying. I mean, it was maybe not as good as I was hoping, though it was still really, really good and not really too much of a disappointment. It was a good video and a worthy addition to the Rainbow Dash Presents series. And yeah, I hope there's a episode 11 eventually. Hopefully not several years later, though, I mean, if that is the case, I'll still wait for it. Anyway, I hope you liked the commentary. Let me know if you did, and see you in the next one.